Okay, this is another restricted stock. And remember, restricted stock means that they recognize the expense over the period of time, and they recognize that expense by picking up the compensation expense and going into restricted stock, and then at the end of the vesting period, that reverses out. So they tell us that the restricted stock generally vests over 4 years, and during that time we will recognize total compensation of $5.6 million. So what was the weighted average market price? Well, I'll give you a hint. You can't take those, add together, and divide by 2, because that would mean that we sold an equal number of shares at each price point. We can't make that assumption. So what we need to do is we have to take the $5.6 million that we're told, and we have to divide that $5.6 million, and we have to divide that by the 192,540 shares. And when we do that, we come up with, and no, I'm not even going to try to do that in my head, 5,600,000 divided by 192,540 at 2908. I have an extra zero in there. I made 560,000 or 56 million. But anyhow, so it's $29.08. It should have been 5,600,000 divided by the 192,540, $29.08. Okay, so that's the average price of the shares. Now the next question says, how much will Kmart report in the year following the year in which the stock was restricted? I'll tell you how we're going to do that first, and then I'll tell you why they said the year following. But we're going to take the 5.6 mil, we're going to divide it by 4, and that's 1,400,000. That's how much we're going to recognize the year after, because it's a whole year. If we did it in the year it was offered, we'd have to know what month, because if it was July 1st, it was 6 months, so we'd only take half of this, or if it was October 1st, we would take a quarter of it. So that's why they said the following year, so we knew it was for the entire year.